Okay, this is Matt Mrozik, and I just finished my spray booth. The next step is I have to go upstairs into my paint room, basically tear it all apart, and get this up there and get this installed and kind of reconfigure some things. But I think it's going to work. The only thing I'm questioning now is the offsetting of the motor to the left here. When I did a smoke test with some incense, I was getting obviously more pull to the left than I was towards the center and stuff, but I think it's going to be okay. This motor has 200 CFM more power than the one that's in this Pace air booth, which is 265. But then again, in the Pace booth, the filter isn't nearly as big. The one in the Pace booth is a 12-inch by 24-inch filter. This is a 20 by 30 filter. So a big filter. The way this works is pretty simple. To get it out, I pull it up, and it comes out of the bottom channel and you pull it down. I went ahead and put some of that foam tape over here on both sides. You can see I've caulked up all of the corners and everything to try to get as much of a vacuum in here as possible. And the way this goes in again, you just slide it up into this top channel. It may be hard to do with one hand. It's a relatively tight fit, which is good. And then you push it in at the bottom like this. And this filter's been beat up a little bit, and then it slides down into this channel, locking it into place. So it's a tight fit, which is what I wanted. Yeah, so there you go. So, and also I reconfigured this. Initially I was going to have the filter come straight down, which would have meant I would have lost a lot of depth, and I was really concerned about that. And if I can find my tape measure, I can tell you how much depth I have. Sorry. Okay, so before, I was only going to get about 18 inches of depth if I had the filter come straight down from the back. So I would have lost all that depth. Now I have a full, I think 24 inches. Yeah, full 24 inches of depth. So I can basically put any statue right here in the middle, and depending on what statue it is, I can pretty much rotate it within the booth while I'm painting. And that was my big challenge that I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to be able to get these big statues in the booth while I paint, because obviously the closer you are to the filter and to the motor, the more it's going to suck up any overspray and stuff. So I contemplated painting this thing, but to be honest, it's going to get so messy and dirty, I'm not even going to bother painting it. I'll probably line it with some butcher paper just so it looks a little prettier, and I can just take the butcher paper off when I want to clean the booth. But yeah, so it's big. With the motor on it, it's 42 inches high, so it's tall. But that's what I need. I mean, the Pace booths are awesome if you're not painting huge statues. If you're painting cars, Gundam, even if you're painting like a 30-inch boat, you can handle that in the Pace 36-inch booth. But for those big statues, you really need height and depth, and that's what I had to accomplish here. So this roughly took me 8 hours to build. Not too bad, but again, it's nothing fancy. I made it at MDF simply because the plywood I wanted to make it out of was twice as much money. So I got $127.25 into the motor. I've got another, I would say another $100 to $120 in wood, screws. Had to get a cord to wire the motor, which was really simple to do. 3 wires, hot, neutral, and a ground. So all in all, this thing cost me, I would say, $225. Maybe a little more, but pretty good. Maybe $250 on the high end. But yeah, so it's not pretty, but it's gonna get the job done. And so there it is. So now the next step is to go upstairs and tear apart my paint room, because it's gonna be completely reconfigured for this to fit. So hopefully, I'll get that done today. It's gonna be into the night, but hopefully I'll be up and spraying paint again tomorrow. So one other thing I'm going to do is I contemplated on buying like a junction box with a power outlet and a switch and all that stuff, but I really don't care about that. I'm just going to mount a power strip here, and the closet that I painted doesn't have a power outlet anyway. I have to run it out to the outside room, so I'll put this and the motor on a splitter and run that to the power strip that's plugged in. But there you go, 32 inches in height and space, and actually I have 31 inches in width and space. So a lot of space, a lot of room to paint in. And I'm just hoping that once I start painting this motor, with the ductwork I have and everything, we'll have enough draw. So we'll see. So if you have any questions, shoot me a note, and I'll try to answer for you. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.